seconds.
Bye, Curian.
Let's do a maroon check.
6, 5,
Let's go to
4,
black.
3.
Taste the memory.
Corn! You're eating it even when you don't think you are. It's corn.
What are you talking about? We're 4 seconds late.
No, you're 30 minutes and 4 seconds late. We stopped serving breakfast at 10:30.
Ah, horse shit!
Hey everybody, I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. And I know exactly what you all are thinking about this week, because it's finally gonna come on August 20th, and we all have been waiting to see this movie happen. And so many fans and requests have actually requested me to actually review it. What am I talking about? The Loud House movie. You know, after seeing a few bits and pieces about the movie, I feel like this might actually make a good heartwarming movie and not be too mean-spirited like some episodes were in the past. And I still got my fingers crossed to make sure they don't fuck this shit up as almost bad as they did with this episode. And speaking of, can't hardly wait. The 14th episode of season 4 of The Loud House, and above all, the 163rd episode. You know, when I first watched this episode, I kind of had some mixed feelings about it, especially when it's another Lori Loud episode. From starting off from being a bossy, unlikable character at first, until a fair member changed her a bit, and she got even more better during season 2, and we started to know a few golf hints with her Back in Black and Change of Heart. And then we see her actually playing golf during Driving Ambition and thinking about college. And speaking about that, she's actually thinking about a job before going to college. Which kind of raises a few questions to everybody. Didn't she already have a job in the waiting game? I know, right? It sounds like the writers don't even give a shit anymore. But is this episode worth getting Lori far in life? Or am I better off not paying the tip after all?
Made of strings to drink. We drunk them, and now I think she thinks I'm cool. I like the bartender.
Look what came in the mail! The Fairway Golf University course catalog! Oh, what courses should I take, Dad? Biochemistry and bogeys, or sand traps and sociology? Ooh, yikes. Both textbooks are $100.
Uh-oh. Seen that face before.
Which shirt should I wear, Daddy? The banana or the kitten?
Survey says...
Are you in love?
I am in love.
Are you in love?
I'm in love too.
I agree.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was cute. In fact, adorably cute. Let me hear that again.
Which shirt should I wear, Daddy? The banana or the kitten?
Which shirt should I wear, Daddy? The banana or the kitten? That is super cute, adorable of Lori Loud. And especially this is the first time we ever got to see Lori actually at her young age and actually talk. And I definitely heard Luann talk as a young toddler or a kid before in Head Poet's Anxiety. I could be wrong if you guys can correct me on that one. And I did see Luna young, but she never spoke. And that one's on my top 5 favorite episodes of season 1 of The Loud House. Anyway, let's get back to the present Lori.
Come on, Dad. We said we wouldn't get sad yet.
Don't you pull that shit now!
Keep it together, man!
I'm sorry, sweetie. It's just my baby girl is moving out soon and won't be around for our midnight movies, or our flower fights, or our morning cocoa dates.
You know, I could definitely see Jim Carrey as this guy. Because there's something about the talent that Jim Carrey has that this guy doesn't have, if that even makes any sense to you guys.
The harvester! Don't take my pancreas! Give me a break. Get a load of the goulash shakedown!
La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
I know, Dad, but it's not like I'm moving to Mars.
You might as well be. That golf school is 208.6 miles away. That's just a guess. It's not like I mapped it out or anything.
Survey says.
Dad.
But you're right. Let's keep our chins up and make the most of the hang time we have left.
If I never knew.
I know I said this already before, but I just love family hugs, especially in cartoons like this one. Because not only did Lori actually hug her mom in Senior Moment, which is a later episode of season 4, and now she hugs her dad in this one.
Well, I better get to the restaurant, sweetie. Business sure has gotten busy.
Yeah, you might need to hire more employees.
Hold it! Hold everything!
Wait a minute! Why don't you work at the restaurant?
You know, somewhat I'm a little too surprised that she doesn't have the job in the waiting game like she used to have. Wonder why she quit the job. Then again, I do have one good reason about why she quit her job. I won't say what it is because it might sound too offensive to everybody.
I get an extra employee!
I'll save money for college!
And we get to hang out all the time!
Literally perfect!
Hey, hey, hey!
I'm pleased for you, but might you take your jumping elsewhere until I finish my puffed corn?
I'm sorry. Normally I don't laugh at Lisa's gags.
Stupid parents.
My old man told me Mickey Mouse died in a cancer experiment.
So the two actually arrive at Lynn's Table's restaurant.
Okay, Lori Lou, I gotta prep food in the kitchen, but you can shadow Kotaro while he waits tables. Then when you're feeling ready, jump in.
Sounds good, Dad.
My bestie's trained in my Lori. Everything at Lynn's is hunky-dory.
Don't ever do that again.
This might actually sound like an interesting Lynn Sr. and Lori bonding episode. So much time of opportunity of them bonding. What could possibly go wrong?
I gotta quit saying that.
I can see why you and my dad are friends.
The mark of a great waiter is being able to memorize an order without writing it down.
I want you guys to remember that the minute Lori actually steps in to do the job.
Hi, I'm Kotaro. I'll be taking care of you today. What can I get you?
Don't rush me.
Speak up. Won't hear you in the balcony.
Thank you, young man. I must say your ship is most impressive. As I quite see the problem. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I'll never sign that.
Don't rush me.
Mumbler! Seriously, I cannot understand a single word you're saying.
You know, anytime I go to Frank's Burgers or go to Applebee's or IHOP's, they already know exactly what I'm gonna be ordering and they just don't have to write it down. They just know what I want to order. And quite some of them actually want to pay for my bill.
Here's a trick to save time. Carry all the plates out at once. Oops, can't forget the hot cheese dip.
Got you covered.
Isn't that heavy?
I've been wearing a weighted hat to strengthen my neck.
Wow, that's literally dedication.
No. I've seen Tiana do so much better with that trick in Princess and the Frog. In fact, around Halloween time, I actually have this huge jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that I fill it up with candy all the way to the top, and I put it on my head like I'm wearing a pumpkin crown. And somewhat, my neck muscles are actually strong enough to actually hold it.
Hey, I know her.
Always be thinking about the customers and what they might need.
Waiter, I haven't gotten my bread.
Bread. I'm sorry, it just reminds me of the episode Cheated by the Dozen and how Lynn actually got beaten by a loaf of bread.
That covers just about everything. And if you ever find yourself in a jam, bring out the free mints.
Thanks for your help, Kataro. I think I'm ready for my first table.
Survey says...
Well, I still think that breastfeeding is gross.
Not me. I find the act of breastfeeding very beautiful. I'm jealous that I never got to do that. Wait, hold on. Waxine, you never breastfed? Like, not even once? No. My mom said breast milk isn't kosher, and my dad said it's not soul food.
Hey, maybe that's why you're so stupid.
What do you mean?
Duh, breast milk helps brain development. How do you think I got so precocious?
Same way I got so skinny.
By slurping down the boob juice.
High five!
Killing it.
What the fuck?
That's messed up.
Oh, we shall see about that, Lori Loud. And by the way, this isn't actually her first time at actually being a waitress. Like I said, the first being was actually in the waiting game and then in job and security. She can't be a complete idiot to screw this up.
Oh, hi, Principal Huggins. Hi, Cheryl. What can I get you?
Aren't you going to take out a writing utensil?
Nah, I have a really good memory.
I seem to recall you struggling to memorize your times tables, but I'll take your word for it.
Do I even need to joke about that? A really good memory? Nah, that sounds too easy.
You want to take that back?
No, nuh-uh.
It's your strategy and she's stuck with it.
I'll have the barbecue chicken salad dressing on the side and hot tea.
And I will have the French dip and iced tea. Heavy on the sugar.
Got it.
You know, too much sugar can be really bad for your health. Then again, too much butt muscle will actually take 3 seats up at the theater.
Because I'm fat. Come on. Really fat.
No, anything but that.
You know, as bad as I could say it's super fuck shit, since I forgot to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for the first time, I wouldn't be too damn surprised if Lenny actually remembers the orders.
Waitress, what salad dressings do you have?
Oh, let me just put in this order and I'll be right back and...
You carry ranch?
Yes, and we also have blue cheese, balsamic Caesar, and Italian. Which one would you like?
But I didn't order a salad. I just like to know.
Well, if you weren't actually gonna order anything, 6 words for you.
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay, now what did Cheryl and Huggins want? Side salad? No. Cobb salad with no dressing? No salad with extra dressing? Ugh, I seem to remember a lot of sugar, but that can't be right. Dang it!
Uh-oh, this could be a problem.
I would make fun of Lori at this point, but I'm not going to because she's not acting so egotistical like she did in Leader of the Rack or No Guts, No Glory, Self-Improvement, or The Loudest Thanksgiving. And I'm not going to shame anybody for having a bad memory like Dory from Finding Nemo. It's both a blessing and a curse, and I'll accept that.
Order up! Tables 5 and 7.
Thanks, Dad. Wait, Kataro's set to carry all the plates at once.
You know, there's this thing, they call it a tray, that actually can hold all their ordering dishes onto, so you don't have to carry them in both arms. Shit like that they can get away with in cartoons. Wait a minute, what the fuck did I just say? This is a cartoon!
I can do this. It's all about balance.
This is like a possum eating a sweet tater.
No. Shoo, Fly, shoo!
Never mind, hun. We can grab some fish sticks at the school, Wilbur.
You're fired!
No, that's not what happens. But if there was a fly on my finger like that, I'd be blowing it away, like this.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Lise. You guys getting lunch?
Yup, we wanted to wish you well on your first day. So, how's it going?
It's going not good. I stink as a waitress. I can't remember the orders. I'm dropping all the food. And every time I pass Scoot's table, she wants some weird thing. She just asked me to microwave some lemons because they were too cold.
Survey says...
Honey, Dad, will you be a Jedi?
What the hell is wrong with this crazy old bat? Get out of here! No, seriously, get out of here. But have no fear, the great genius Lisa Loud is in the house to help solve Lori Loud's problems.
Santa's watching!
Please secure these to your back. The robotic waitress arms. They balance plates, feature a built-in pepper mill, and condiment dispenser pleasure. And the best part is, they're voice activated, much like your smartphone.
No one's denying.
This does not take a fourth grader to figure this out, of what person actually has those 4 arms as a villain.
Can I assume that your friends call you Doc Ock?
My friends actually call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock.
Can we get our bill?
Peppermill coming up.
Wait, pepper makes me...
Robot arms! Stop! Stop!
Chew, chop, salads. You got it.
No! That's not what I meant!
This is not good. Definitely not good at all. Oh, great. Now I sound like an awkward Macaulay Culkin now.
Condiments coming right up.
Lisa, help! Open the back panel! Blood! Blood! And death.
I'm dead, Gil.
That is a beautiful dance scene of Lisa Loud. But then again, it's a beautiful look-alike death scene of Lisa Loud. I love how they made it look like Lisa actually got killed. And believe it or not, and I swear to you, I am not making this up, storyboard artist Sarah Johnson actually put this gag in the episode. But as great as an invention that Lisa actually created, it goes terribly wrong and it gets destroyed. And more repetitive stuff happens when Lori's not good at one job, she's got to do another job. Do you see where this is going? But let's see how really good she is at chopping onions. As if I get a lot of YouTube comments of people saying, who left these onions here? I just love seeing people actually comment that in the section. They're actually letting me know that I actually got them crying somewhere in a different state over one part of the video that actually got them crying.
Found a new job. Luck's starting to turn. Chopping these onions. Eyes starting to burn. Ow! Ow! Towel!
Gross.
Man, that ain't right.
Ew, ew, ew. There's no reason to actually see that stuff coming out of her nose. Here's a few ideas to not actually cry when you're actually cutting an onion. You either chill your onions, like put them in the refrigerator or freezer for 15 minutes, or dunk them in ice water. Fan away the fumes, like put a small fan right next to you, so that way it will blaze some chemical away called LF. Cut the onion under cold water, or sharpen that knife. Or for everybody else's best interest, wear goggles.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Please don't cry.
I need a towel!
Wait, no! My aged ribeye! My best friend!
Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Kataro. Is there maybe a third job I can try?
This isn't Billy and Mandy, this is the Loud House you're writing. And seriously, did the writers even forget what character they're actually writing a story for? This is Lori Loud, she's not an idiot. She can't be a complete dummy at this, she's 17 years old. Well, 18 years old in season 5. But how bad things can get? Well, bad in my opinion. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can watch this episode yourself after when you're done watching this review.
So you'll have the steaks here by 4? Great. Thanks, Vera.
I wonder what asshole drives this piece of shit.
I take it you're the valet.
Sorry, I fucking ask. Excuse me.
Survey says...
Fuck you, see ya, later. Get in that piece of shit van and head it up back the road. Good day.
Come on. Well, that can't be good. Why won't this get into gear?
This is gonna hurt.
Maybe there's a fourth job I could try?
This is gonna hurt. Seriously, how stupid is this gonna even get? Did people in that studio used to live in teepees? I should have known reviewing Loud House episode comes with a price to pay.
Survey says...
What the dingus?
Survey says...
Boobs!
Survey says...
And Archimedes, save me!
Being locked in a freezer is a workplace hazard that shouldn't happen thanks to mandatory emergency release handles and other safety measures. But sometimes things can and do go wrong. What causes doors to lock shut? Can running on the spot save you? And how much time do you have before you run out of air? Here's how to survive being locked in a freezer.
Hey, that's a nice John. I could have spent the afternoon in there. Whoa!
Sorry! I forgot to put out the wet floor.
Survey says...
She's a fake, a fraud, a flamboyant act.
Her costume is in such bad taste.
Lesser incantations are lame.
This is so embarrassing of the writers to actually make Lori this way in an episode like this. It's almost like if the writers don't even give a shit about Lori anymore. I mean, just because you're gonna axe a character off pretty soon for her, just because she's going to college, it doesn't mean you have to make her a total idiot before she even goes. And Lori actually has one job left to do, and trust me, she's gonna fail. Oh yeah, that's a cruel irony I just said there.
Okay, this is the only job left. I cannot mess this up. All I have to do is shut it and press start. Oh no! I forgot the start. Turn off! Turn off!
Oh no, sweetie! I'll help you!
You idiot! You almost got me killed!
Dad, I'm so sorry, but I literally failed at every job. There's nothing left for me to even try. I give up.
I blame the writers for what they did to Lori Loud in this episode, which is a shame because I really love her in this episode. Oh yeah, you guys heard that damn right. I actually love Lori in this episode. In fact, I loved her ever since they changed her after Brawl in the Family. And I do show a bit of pity for her when she cries. But here comes something so random that the writers didn't even think this one clearly through when they were writing this episode. Come to think of it, what the fuck were they thinking when they even wrote this piece of shit? Don't answer that.
Oh, I forgot to mention I ordered more steaks from the distributors since we lost all that ribeye. It should be here by 4. And I adjusted Kotaro and Grant's Saturday shifts. No need to have them both working in the morning when you're not busy, right?
A little bit of both. I'll take it.
I better leave before I mess anything else up.
You're not going anywhere, and neither is he!
Huh?
I just realized there's a perfect job for you here after all.
Well, which is it?
Manager.
What?
What? What? What, nothing. You said what first?
I didn't say what first. I asked you what.
No, you said and then what, and I said what?
No, I said what? Like what?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
You said what first?
What a dumbass.
All those things you just told me about. Ordering, scheduling, promoting, that's all stuff a great manager does. And I could really use one. I've been using my hat as a filing cabinet.
I don't know.
I would go and talk about how randomly lame that actually came out of nowhere, but as Animat would say in one of his reviews of Rockadoodle, I'll save that criticism for later.
Hey, Dad, I got the tablecloths laundered. Oh, and I found extra chairs in the basement, so we don't need to order more. And I made the puzzle on the kitty menu harder, per Lisa's request.
Wow, you did all that in a morning? Mm-hmm. Kiddo, you are the best manager I could ever hope for.
Yeah, and imagine an intelligent 4-year-old actually beating the puzzle so easily within 3 seconds. You know, having a soon-to-be 18-year-old girl actually be your manager of the restaurant, almost kind of doesn't make sense at all because I rarely even hear about young underage girls actually being a manager of a restaurant or any other diner place. And we don't even see too much of her leadership skills ever since No Guts, No Glory. And that's been in season 1. And I barely even see her take so much leadership or control of her siblings at all. It's like the writers actually wanted to have some fun with Lori Loud. In fact, too much fun that they nearly even forgotten that she's the oldest, that she can control her siblings and have them under control. But look where that went with Brawl in the Family, Rita Her Rights, and others. And it's no exception. We hardly even seen that recently, which I wouldn't recommend not giving someone a big tip of this. But her and Lincina actually got to spend time together. Well, not in the best way, as I could have even imagined if the writers actually did do something good about Lori in this one, and not make her like a total idiot. Just like they made Lenny unlikable in Don't You Forget Me.
Let's make the most of it while you're still here.
Survey says...
Oh, I did one more thing. Took care of our most difficult customer.
Sick, right?
Now that's a hog.
Scoots just needed some friends.
Are you kidding me right now?
And you couldn't get her some better friends other than these guys? No wonder I actually saw her in Snoop's On. Sometimes I like to figure what her real backstory is.
Let's get around to hot cheese dip, and I'll tell you guys about the time I took this hog all the way to Vegas.
Or, then again, maybe I just don't want to. Can't hardly wait, this was. Okay, I like the framework of the story with Mr. Loud and Lori wanting to spend more time together before she goes to college. However, I think Lori failing at her job should have been more toned down. A waiter's tough job, even without putting unnecessary restrictions on yourself. If I had to nitpick at this episode, there'd be about 2 of them. But first, let me explain the highlight of this one, Lisa Loud. Half of her gags had me laughing at some points in time. And when she ends up being the best part of the episode, that's kind of not a good thing. Because I rarely even laugh at Lisa Loud. And I do understand the concept of Lori about why she's doing it, because most kids would actually get a job when they're in high school or at college. Then again, I think she already had a job before in the waiting game. What happened to her in that one? And the other big nitpick I have to say about this is the representation of working at a restaurant. I don't know if anyone who worked on the show ever worked at a restaurant, but if they didn't, I wouldn't be too damn surprised about it. But what would I know at working at a restaurant? So much about it, because honestly, when I go to a restaurant, I watch some people's movements of what they're doing around the restaurant when they're serving me. You have to write down the customer's orders, and you use a tray to carry food and drink. Some people even use tray jets to give customers their meals. I'm just pointing this out because the episode does none of this. And I know it's a cartoon that they're exaggerating too much, but if you can't even nail the bare essentials of working at a restaurant, then you're failing big time with a representation of it. I didn't find too much to laugh about this episode. And I really have to say that the ending was kind of random, like that just came out of nowhere. Out of Lori failing all the jobs that was given to her, she suddenly actually had a job that actually managed to fit her about being the manager of the restaurant, which has no foreshadowing, no hints about where this is actually going to lead up to. It's like the writers actually threw something out there without even thinking about it first, which is really shameful because I actually love Lori Loud in this episode. But in this one, she comes off rather a bit dumb in this episode, up until the end. However, if you're not much of a fan of her character to begin with ever since the series started back in 2016, then I guess you can have a laugh at her in this one. But yet, I can't be too hard on Lori anymore. She's a lot more likable than what she used to ever started out with, which is always a plus on her development. I wouldn't want to call it bad, and I wouldn't want to call it good either. I just call this an okay episode, in my opinion. Especially to everybody else on the fandoms who think this episode was actually a guilty pleasure to them. And I know there was a lot of people that were really hard on this episode, but myself, I'm not going to be too hard on it because of Lori Loud's likability in this episode. But it's no comparison to the next episode I'm going to have to review that has her in it. And it really hurts. I'm the Loud House Critic, and is everybody ready to see the Loud House movie this weekend? Because let me tell you, I really am.
In the loud house, house, duck, dodge, push and shove. It's how we show our love. In the loud house, in the loud house. One boy and 10 girls wouldn't trade it for the world.